Alright everyone, I'm back with video number 4, and so we are on the third section. I did a little sneak peek and I showed you in the last video of what my next area was to organize, and I want to say 95% done. I'm not going to work on a couple areas until a later time because they need a little more work, and I'll explain that in a second. So I'm going to try to make this video again quick and short and sweet, quick and short and sweet, whatever, quick, so you don't get burnt out on watching. And then if you have any questions, I'm behind on a video of answering comments, but if you have a question on something or wondering, like if I don't explain it very well, or you see something and you're like, hey, what do you use that for, post it and I will answer. Okay, this is my Stampin' Up stuff right here. I have been a demonstrator on and off for about 15 years, so that's all Stampin' Up. It was already pretty much organized. I just went through it and made sure like things were put away, and yeah, it was pretty clean. Those are all my envelopes, and I use a lot because I make a lot of cards for my craft boutiques. So on the top are all just like single envelopes. The middle I got, or the one I'm pointing at, I got that at a yard sale, just a bunch of odd sizes, and I got it for like a couple bucks. So I just took it because you never know when you might need an envelope in an odd size. And then just more stationery that's like pre-cut that come with the envelopes already. Okay, I got this container, good gravy. I got this cabinet, hut style cabinet. Oh my gosh, we've been in our house 16 years, so I want to say at least 14 years ago, from a lady selling it in the Penny Saver, which is like a WANAD type publication here in California. She taught ceramics at her house, and she had this, it's a two-piece, this shelf hutch style sits on top of that desk right there. She sold it. She wanted to only sell it for 25 bucks, but I felt like I was like stealing from her, so I said, how about I give you 50 and I'll feel good about myself. So I bought it. It was green, and hubby and I a couple years ago, 3-4 years ago, painted it yellow. Can you imagine taking all that stuff off and lugging it outside to paint it? Yeah, that's what we did, but it looks great. So really quickly, I'll tell you right now, that section right there I haven't organized yet because it's going to take a little more work, and I'll show you that in a minute and why, and give you a couple tips on something. But starting from the top, all of this is pearls and blings and shiny bobbly type stuff. Buttons, fasteners like larger eyelets, that kind of stuff. Some jewelry making stuff, some little hardware things that I use like in mixed media, like to add embellishments. And that's what all of these 6 containers are, all like 3D type embellishments, you know, metal frames, all that like little tchotchke type stuff. Those are all in there, all organized. And then the majority of the rest is punches. I love punches. Please don't judge me. I have a punch problem, but I have over the time purged quite a few, so I have it organized by style or theme, with the exception of the Martha Stewart. They're all together, all right here. And then I have like my border punches, heart, flowers, circles, squares, like that type. Everything's all organized, so that's all across the bottom. And then these were things that didn't fit, and I just didn't want to have another container, or I didn't need another container. They were too big for a container, or, you know, what have you. A little tip, these come in really handy. They're sliding shelves that you can find at Target and Walmart, and they just slip onto a shelf. They give you more room, and so, you know, of course you might not always have that space, but if you do, these come in really, really handy. That's a good organization tip. This was that mess I had right here. This is what I have left of it. I cleaned it all up, put everything where it goes, sorted through everything, and put it in its place, with the exception of this stuff is things that I want to use sooner than later. And this is more ephemera, things that I have that I have a really bad habit of, I'll show you right now. I like to cut things off of packages, like for instance, this was off of the Coke, off of the box of Coke, And look at that, so cute, make someone happy. You can cut that tag out, cover up the Coca-Cola, put flowers or something, and use that in a journal. I liked these people right here. They're from the Netflix, you know, on your Netflix. If you get Netflix, you tear off the top part. I like them. I wanted to use it for some mail art. And then I like to cut apart words like this. It's really cool to use in your journals. So I got this off of the Cheerio box. I do things like that, so that's in there. I don't want to take up too much time. Sorry, because you don't want you guys to get sick of listening to me. Okay, so that's that. And my ephemera, I have just decided that I'm going to keep it pretty much organized the way it is until I get a better idea. I don't want to be forced into organizing it because I feel the need that it has to be a certain way. And then I'm not happy with how it is and it's not working, because really it works for me how I have it right now, even though it's in 3 different places. It works and I remember where things are. So I'm going to leave it that way until I figure something else out. So, okay. So that, I put this up there, so I was able to make this area look really clean right here. This just has more embellishments. It's like Stampin' Up! Retired stuff. So I have that in there. I just thought I'd try to keep it together so I can use it. And up here on top is more Stampin' Up! Like publications, things I kept over the years. Ink pads that I still use that are retired, but I like them. And then this is just kind of miscellaneous instruction manuals for machines, like tools like Cricut and stuff like that, a dictionary, just those little random things that you kind of need around. So that's our summer fund. See it? We put money in there, probably starting at the end of this month, and we'll save it for summer, just a few bucks here and there, my money from recycling. And one year we saved like $300 just on recycling and change, and I spend it on the kids. Like, we plan to like do something with it. So that's that. Okay, this section right here is basically papers I don't want to lose. Maybe somebody gave me a phone number, an address, a website, an idea. I tore something out of a magazine. I was going to say took a picture or something, but that'd be on my phone. I took, I'll repeat it, took a page out of a magazine, found an old recipe, I don't know, anything that I want to use somehow in my paper crafting or my journals at some point that I really don't have a place for, but I don't want to lose it, it goes in here. Notes that the kids wrote me, Christmas cards and birthday cards, or things like that I really just don't have a place for, but I don't want to lose. That goes there. And this is my Rolodex. I call it the Yoliedex. It has passwords and addresses and ideas, websites that I like, my little Yoliedex cards that people made me with quotes on them. I love them. I didn't want to flip it over because it has passwords, and you can see that's why I had to film it again, because I had filmed bank passwords. Great, huh? Okay. Little inspirational little books that I've gotten. Now, this is a file folder, not a file folder, a binder, one of the small ones. You can see, and this is why I'm going to do this last, because I really need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But you see, I saved like ideas, things that I sketched, that I saw, notes from the kids, cards, things that I want to use in my journals. That's what mainly this is stuff, things that I want to use in my journals. Covers from, look at cover from the TV Guide, I love The Walking Dead, places that I want to see, things I want to do. So that's that, little comic strips, things, you know, funny stuff. So yeah. Now let me give you a little freebie tip on something that is a great idea. If you don't want to like save all of your kids' papers and homework and things when they get to a certain age where they don't write stuff like this, but when they're younger they do, when they start their little journaling, I save things like this and I use them as a background in my journals. I glue them down and I either like write over them or paint over them, or I do something. You can still see the original artwork, but it's in the background, so it's really nice because you're keeping a part of it So when you pass your journals on, your kids are going to look at this and they're going to read and remember, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Mom saved this. Look at what Erin wrote. My mother is the most wonderful person in the world. She takes me to the market. She drives me to school. My mom takes me to the park. I love my mom. Okay, that will be so stinking awesome as a background in a journal, don't you think? And years from now, when I'm pushing up daisies, they'll have it. So I save a lot of these. I toss out a lot, but I save a lot. Okay, so that's that. Oh, things like this. Little ouch reports from school when they're in preschool. They're great because they're dated. They have the date, and then you can put them in your journals. And it's nice because they already have a date, because I forget to date everything. Okay. And then I have just magazines that I want to use for mixed media. I'm going to tear, like for my collage work. I love to collage. I have those, and I want to do more mail art envelopes and a Bible. Need that. My instruction guide. Okay, super quick because this video is getting longer than I planned. Underneath, this is had already all been organized, but that top shelf is tools like these things. The Sew Ribbon, the We Are Memory Keepers Sew Ribbon, the In Stitches by Baffled. These are really cool. They're like templates. And I'm going to start using all my old tools and trying to do some videos with these tools that we all have sitting around and aren't using. This is like my tripod, my old camera, my new camera that I don't know how to use yet, and 12 by 12 sticker sheets or chipboard sheets, and some stencils. And then Christmas and Halloween is right there, all in that cropper hopper. And underneath that I'm pointing to is all like a bunch of gift bags and boxes, things I use for gifts. And that's all chipboard. I really need to go through that. So, okay, that's all done. Sorry for the horn. I'm filming in the garage with the garage door halfway open. So that's done. Next, I will be attacking this monster right here. These two bookcases have my paper and a ton of ephemera on both sides. So, and on top of it sits all of my unfinished projects or things I didn't get around to completing. Yeah, that's unfinished, Yolanda. And the majority of this is ephemera and alterable books. Old books that I bought to alter. Okay. Thanks for watching. I will catch up with comments. If you have any questions on something you saw and you want more detail, please leave me that message. And I hope you are feeling inspired to organize and use up your stuff. Gift it. Make something beautiful and give it away. Make something beautiful, join a boutique and sell it. Don't buy any more stuff. Go through what you have and just try to use it. Pick one thing. Like, this is what I'm going to do real quick. Like, this is pretend. I'm going to pick this container, and for the whole month of January, I'm just going to try to use up stuff that's in here. Like, do things like that. Like, pick a pad of paper, and you're going to sit down and make a bunch of cards or a mini album until you use up all that paper, or, you know, buttons or something. I'm going to use all my red buttons. Just do something to use up your stuff, and don't buy any more. I'm trying not to. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Come back for the next video. Until then, bye.